So I saw him live once.
That's so
and
cool.
He is like the one guy in everything like internet and celebrity that like is so arrogant and deserves it.
Yeah.
Like he came out on stage and the first thing he said was, I'm here to put on a show and I'm the best out there and you guys better match my energy. And he was like, because I know I'm the best. I've been doing this.
Awesome.
And I was like, Nick and I were just like mouths agape, like, oh, he's so right. It was so
amazing.
good. Hi besties, I'm Faith OK.
And I'm H the girl.
Welcome to OK Girl.
Welcome back. It's 2025.
It is 2025.
So crazy.
2024, we do not know her.
We don't.
Except for this
Who is
episode
she?
today.
Yeah, that's true.
And then we don't know her anymore.
Yeah.
You might be wondering what the occasion is.
I mean,
We dressed up for you guys.
what are you talking about? We are always.
That's true. We always slay like this.
It's
Disregard. Cut that. Cut that. There is no occasion.
we just dress for ourselves, you know?
Yeah. This is just the vibe today.
Yeah. Faith is always rocking some feathers.
This is so me. This
on her
is so
neckline.
on brand for me. I bet on camera it's like I look like I'm in a sweatsuit. They're like, yeah, A's
Okay.
just dressed up.
No, I'm just in a shiny sweatsuit. I'm like, oh, you know what I'm giving? I'm giving Chuck Bass when he's in his like matching tracksuits.
You just need your little ascot.
I know.
But we're not going to gaslight you anymore. We are dressed up today. And it's because it's the OK Girl 2024 award show.
Da-na-na-na. That's our
Yeah, cue
theme-
our little
music.
Yeah,
theme.
cue some theme music.
Na-na-na-na.
Amazing. We'll just loop that.
Yeah, perfect.
Every category.
Yeah, I can do that.
Before we jump into awards though, any
Yeah, yeah.
updates?
Yeah, so we just had New Year's party here. Well, we went to actually, yeah, let's talk about this. We
Okay.
went to I don't want to dox it because I do like this restaurant, but like the service is not always the best.
That's true.
Yeah.
We won't dox them.
We won't
We'll
dox
just-
them. But we went somewhere for New Year's Eve dinner, and 𝖤, who we've mentioned on this podcast before, she placed the reservation for our, I think it was like 15 of us, like a big group, and called in for that, and then called again to confirm it. And then we get to the restaurant, and the front of house, or what are
like the hostess.
The host, yeah,
Yeah.
was like, are you sure you made this reservation? And I swear, like, they were like interrogating her, like,
They're
she
lucky
at
I
one
wasn't
point,
there yet.
At one point she like had her call history, like she was showing them.
Yeah.
I was like so sad because thankfully fast forward, we did have space. There was so much space. It wasn't even like a packed out restaurant.
No, it wasn't. But rewind for a second to
yes,
that, because then someone comes out and they're like, I'm so sorry. It looks like your reservation was canceled. By who?
By who? Who did this?
But it wasn't us.
We didn't cancel it. Dude, that was crazy.
It was.
And thankfully, once we were there, like the food was great.
Yeah.
The experience is always great, like once you're sitting down, but like
It is the like pre-table.
yeah.
Is questionable.
Yeah. It's a little suspect
But their
because like in
food.
the past I've had other experiences with them where I placed a reservation for a specific room because it was like when my family was in town, and when we got there they were like, can you sit somewhere else? And I was like, and I almost caved because it's me, and Jacob was standing behind me. He's like, this is the room we're reserved for, because there were like kids there. We like just didn't want it to be chaotic. Honestly, it was like a best case scenario for everyone. They don't want these little kids like making lots of noises in like their main dining area. So that happened for you. You wanted to like have a party there, a birthday party there.
I wanted to have a
think?
birthday
Yeah.
party there, and Nick, my amazing husband, called so many times, and they were like, we have to wait until the manager's here. He finally got a hold of the manager, and they're like, nah, we can't.
It's so crazy.
So I was like, it's not, we weren't even asking for like 15, 20. It was like, can we get a reservation for like 10? Which I
That's
know is
so
a lot.
wild.
As someone that has worked as a server, I know
Right.
10 is a big table. But if I'm asking months in advance,
Yeah.
weeks in advance.
Yeah, it seems so silly. And so afterwards, like on New Year's Day, Jacob and I were talking, and he was like, the more times I go there, the least I want to go there. He's like, because the food is great, but like we just keep having like the weirdest experiences with like the host situation. And I'm like, I don't know. It's like such a lame way to celebrate when you're like having to prove that you made a reservation.
Crazy.
Wild. But the food was good. And then we came back here for the party, and what I loved was we turned this little studio area that you see into a private karaoke room, and it was kind of amazing. Honestly, it was like
it was good. I am not a karaoke girl.
Yeah, I know.
My hot take or my, I guess, red flag is that I don't think karaoke is that fun. Once I'm in it with some girlfriends, I'm like, okay, it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
But like the thought of karaoke is like to me.
And ironically, Faith performs on stage.
That's why. That's
pretty frequently.
That's why karaoke is to me. It's because like it's like growing up, singing was like a performance thing, and it was like critiques like come after, and like I have to be on my A game, and the point of karaoke is to not be good. Like the point of karaoke is to just like scream, sing, and have a great time, and my brain is like, but what if you miss a note? Which is so dumb, because I'm also like, I am nowhere near a perfect singer or like some outstanding singer. I'm like your everyday girly that can sing.
Yeah.
But karaoke, I'm like, this is everything that I was told not to do.
Well, okay. So I also agree. Like, I didn't grow up with like karaoke. You're just like purposely being bad or just like making a show of it. So I grew up with like Filipino style karaoke, which I don't know if you've experienced this. And I really hope, I think I actually might ask my parents, that would be a good birthday gift, maybe, possibly, to ask them for a Filipino karaoke machine. So how it works is it's just like a mic. They might have like newer versions since then, but this is one my mom has. It's like a mic with like a keypad on it, and that's how you like enter the song like choice, and then you just plug it right into your TV, so it like plays through like your TV so like cute sound, and it will like, it has like a tone thing, and so it will grade you, but like in a way that I think you would like. I think it's not just like people are critiquing you, but it's just like how close you got to singing the melody line, because then it's like how close can I get, and then we're like giving each other scores.
That would be fun.
I think you would like.
I'm a competitive person.
Yeah,
I love a competition. I love that. Maybe that's it. Maybe there's no objective in karaoke for me right now.
Yeah. There's no way to level up.
My problem is that I can't win. I can't win karaoke.
Well, what always blew our mind, so we always had like our songs that we sang, which I think is normal for all karaoke, but what always blew my mind was that Rio would always get 100% on Circle of Life, and we're like, none of us could do it, and I don't know what he did. Like somehow it's because it's like you're at the mercy of the machine of like how it's like reading how close you are getting to these tones, and it was amazing. But yeah, I'll have to like see if my mom can bring that with us. It's like the old, is it VGA? I forget. It's when it's like the plug into the red, yellow, like, and white ports. Yeah, there's got to be like a newer version obviously than that, like maybe an HDMI plug-in or something.
We need that.
It's great.
We need that.
Honestly, we need it.
Okay.
And then you'll like karaoke again.
Yeah, that'll be my redemption. Karaoke redemption. Yeah. Yeah.
But anyways, that's my update. It was really fun. Everyone stayed till like 3 a.m. It was wild.
Yeah, I think that's probably, my main update is like New Year's stuff. And yeah, we stayed, oh my gosh. We stayed, it was like 3:30, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to go home. Like, I love my friends, and so I was like having a great time. And then I saw what time it was, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm too old for this. Like, I'm like at the big age of 25, I'm not built for 3:30 in the morning activity. And so Nick and I
never was
head home, and we were like starving. And so the only thing open is Waffle House. And poor Nick was like, he's like, you place the pickup order, I'll run in and get it. You just stay in the car.
I honestly didn't even know they did pickup orders.
They do. You can order online. It's fantastic because we live so close to a Waffle House. Yeah. And so I like stay in the car, and I'm getting text updates from Nick. He said it was like the most true Waffle House experience you could have.
I would imagine like, that late at night
on New Year's. Yeah, he walked in, there was a man in a furry feather coat screaming at a waiter. Stop. And the waiter screaming right back, because it's Waffle House. Yeah, they do what they want there. Right. It's the wild west of Waffle House. Yeah. And so he was like, yeah, I walk in the door, and right there, they're yelling at each other. Just, like, screaming. I don't even know what it was about, but Nick was like, they were yelling. And he was like, and the whole place smelled like the club. Like, the Waffle House was just like, these people just left the club. They celebrated midnight, and they were like, it's time for a Waffle House. But we took our Waffle House home, ate that in bed, passed out, and then I don't think I woke up until like noon.
Good for you.
And
I slept. I think I slept in until 10, and my body like wouldn't make me sleep in more. But noon would have been great.
I slept until noon, and then I was like, oh my gosh, what year, what day, where am I? And then I got up, and I was like, well, now what?
Right.
I think I sat in bed the whole day and read. Like, I don't think I did anything.
Yeah, dude. Same. I think the most productive thing I did on New Year's was like sweep this floor because the dogs like tracked in mud. And then besides that, I was just like chilling and then happy to chill. I was like, you know what? I feel no pressure to be productive at all.
I'm pretty sure I've heard that you're supposed to spend your New Year's Day how you want your New Year to go. And so if my whole year is just me sitting in bed reading, I love that for me. Yeah. I'm down.
That's true.
Yeah.
How many books did you read this past year?
I read 33.
Amazing.
I set a goal for this year. I'm going to read 40.
Yeah, you can totally do that.
Yeah. I told Nick, and he was like, I was like, take a guess at what my reading goal is for next year. And he was like, 5? And I was like,
5?
Who do you think I am?
Right.
And I was like, you look at all my stories of how many books I read. And he was like, maybe like 15? And I was like, 40. And he was like, I think he set his to 3.
That's
so
awesome.
He's growing. What about you?
I don't know how much I read because I've been bad at
I know your Goodreads shows you've read one book ever.
Right.
Ever. Period. And it's Yolk.
Right. Yeah. It's just, really love Yolk. I would say on average I've read like 3. Yeah, I'd say like 3 books a month. So
nice.
36. We're on the same. Yeah. So
Slay.
That's right math, right? Yeah, I just said that really confidently. Okay.
You were so confident and right.
Thanks,
you were right.
Thanks.
Yeah.
My brother, my middle brother, I got everyone like books and like something else for Christmas. And so I got him this book that I've heard a lot of especially dudes like say that they really love, called The Sword of Kaigen, I think. And it's like supposed to be a really good like kind of fantasy but not crazy fantasy novel, but it's like it's a chunky one for sure. But I was like, if he just reads this one book this year, like I think he would really enjoy this. And so he told me, he's like, I started it. But he's like nice. Reading while listening to the audiobook to help his comprehension. I was like, that's good. But the first part, he was on the road, so he was just listening to the audiobook, and he's like, I don't think I got very far yet, but so far so good. I was like, good. Nice. I'm glad. He's like, amazing. I just wanted to let you know.
A little update.
But
one other update from me.
Yes.
I was mostly just going to shout out some friends for listening to the podcast. I feel like
I want to do that too. So
all perfect. The time we hear like people being like, oh my gosh, I listened to the episode. And I'm like, oh, you listen to us talk. I have a friend. Did I already talk about this on the podcast?
No, you didn't. You were talking about how you wanted to bring it up.
Okay, cool. I was like, I want to say it, and I couldn't remember if I ever said it. But I have a friend that I grew up with back home, and we don't talk super often anymore, but like keep up with each other's socials, and like she talks to my parents a lot because they're still in the same town, and so she she'll know who she is. Hi. At my parents' church, she came up to my mom and was like, I listen to Faith's podcast every week while I'm at work. And I'm like, that is so sweet. So thank you. Love you.
Love that.
You know who you are. It's fine. I'm not going to drop names because I don't want to dox people that aren't already like very online in a way.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree. But on that, I think I texted you about this, but I also don't dox her, but my cousin, who I actually do call her cousin, so I'll just call her cousin.
Yeah.
Cousin, she let me know that she listens to our podcast like every week, and she like listens to it on the road, and she just feels like she's like hanging out with us on the couch. And I was like,
my dream.
That's literally the whole like mission statement of this podcast.
That's the point. You have 2 besties here in your ears.
Yes. And we're going to hang out in person soon for my baby shower.
Yes. I can't wait.
It's going to be so fun. But we're so happy to have you all.
Yeah. Let us know what you do while you listen to the podcast. I would love to know.
Yeah.
Somebody told us recently they crochet while they listen to the podcast. I was like, I love that.
Yes, that's so good.
I hope you're having a great time crocheting. All right. It's award show time.
I think is that right?
There it is. I don't know, but it is now. So the thing here is that we're recapping 2024. We're going to have 4 categories.
Crazy.
And the categories are celebrity beef,
Da-na-na-na.
Crashouts,
Da-na-na-na.
glow ups,
Da-na-na-na.
and plot twists.
Da-na-na-na.
So we're gonna share. We don't know what each other wrote down, so there
Yeah.
might be some overlap. There may not
We'll find
be.
out.
We're gonna share our 2024 nominations, and then when you're listening to this episode, you're gonna go to our Instagram, and you're gonna go to our stories on Tuesday. And if you're listening after Tuesday, DM us, and you're
Yes.
gonna tell us who you're voting for
Yes.
in each category,
Please.
because your vote matters here.
Mm-hmm.
If not anywhere else, it matters here. So our
We
first
see you.
we see you. Hi. Our first category is celeb beef.
Da-na-na-na.
So, who are your nominees?
Okay. Are we going like back and forth? What are we doing?
Sure, let's do
Okay.
back and forth.
The first one I had to like double check to make sure it was this year.
Uh-huh.
And then I realized like you did that this year's so long. Cuz you're like, wait, did it happen in 2024?
For real.
The Selena Hailey Bieber beef.
I almost put that one. That's a good one.
Cuz that one's like, I get it. Like it spans more than a year.
Yeah.
But it was like, I
It's
think at the beginning of the
lifelong.
year was like pretty escalated.
Yeah.
There was just a lot. Like Selena came out messy. She was like saying that Hailey was just basically a mean girl, which maybe she is. I don't know. I know you're Hailey. You're like,
I'm team Selena here.
oh, yeah, oh, good. Because
Yeah.
you were telling me that you're like not sure because like you wanted to be for Hailey, but maybe
yeah,
not.
it's like this. Originally, I was like, I just kind of feel bad because she's just like the girl that he moved on to.
Yeah.
And I feel like
She didn't
everybody just
deserve
keeps
it. Yeah,
being
yeah, yeah.
like Selena and
Yeah,
Justin.
yeah, yeah.
But then I found out about all of her weird behavior, and I'm like,
it's like
I'm team
intentional.
Selena.
Yeah.
Team Selena.
I'm trying to like, recall. I should have written down like some of the things that happened that fueled this
It was
beef.
so much.
But it was a lot. It was like,
the,
you know,
the attack of the eyebrows.
the attack of the eyebrows was like the big thing.
Yeah.
I feel like that like blew it up because then Hailey and I'm trying to remember who.
It was
Honestly,
Kylie Jenner.
Yeah, Kylie Jenner. Yeah. They like did some voiceover that was like basically like saying that you look like a wreck or something
Yeah.
like that. And the thing that I do appreciate about Selena is like she's kind of messy. We were talking about how like early 2000s like celebrities, they were messy. The like way that people beef with each other was not like subtle and like cryptic. They were just like telling TMZ and everyone
Name
like
drop.
name dropping
Here's what they
everything.
said about me.
Exactly.
Here's what I'm saying about them.
Exactly.
And I miss that.
Yeah. And so like I would say who comes close to that energy is Selena, because she'll just say whatever in like people's comments. Like
We have to talk about the fact that she follows fan accounts and hater accounts.
I know.
And likes and replies back
It's
to
crazy.
things. That is so good.
I know.
More, please.
Yeah, please. Come on.
The people
What do you
are
have to lose?
waiting.
So that's my first nominee.
That's a great nominee.
No.
My first nominee. I feel like this is obvious and it had to be said.
Okay.
And it's Kendrick and
Yes,
Drake.
yeah.
It just had to be done.
Yeah.
Obviously I'm team Kendrick here.
Yeah.
I always have been. I've been a Drake hater for a long time.
Yeah.
For a lot of reasons. But Kendrick, he just is so good at everything he does.
Right.
And so the fact that man had Drake rethinking everything in his life.
I know.
Like he was like, here's a picture from inside of your home. I have people that know about you. And I remember that being like, I was like,
That's crazy.
oh my gosh, you're the guy they make movies about.
I know.
Like,
It's wild.
you are next level crazy. And I love that.
I know. Good for him.
And we got a bop out of it. A few
Yeah.
bops, but not like us.
That was crazy.
An amazing song.
That's like stuck in my head now.
Oh, yeah. It's a good one. So that is my nominee. One of my nominees.
Okay, my other one. This is a little more like vague, but I'm like anticipating it like making waves this year. I hope, because I felt like this creator was like being really intentional about this, so I hope that it pays off the way he wants it to.
Okay.
But Tyler the creator against all of the like hip hop industry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Like the Chromacopia was like an insane album that was like totally about just the like hip hop and rap industry just being a machine, and like everyone is like the same but just has a different like aesthetic like to their look, but they all sound the same.
Yeah.
And like he hit hard. So I haven't like heard really anyone like push back on him much.
It would be crazy too.
It would be. I hope he just like changes that entire industry. Like, good for him.
Tyler is, so I saw him live once.
That's so cool.
He is like the one guy in everything like internet and celebrity that like is so arrogant and deserves it.
Yeah.
Like, he came out on stage and the first thing he said was, I'm here to put on a show and I'm the best out there and you guys better match my energy. And he was like, because I know I'm the best. I've been doing this.
Awesome.
And I was like, Nick and I were just like, mouths agape, like, oh, he's so right. It was so good.
I love that.
He was like, I'm the best, and everybody was like,
yeah. That's awesome. So that's mine.
That's a good one. Another obvious one. It came at the end of the year, and it is now going into 2025.
Right.
We keep getting more, and it's Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni.
I know.
I have loved them both at different points in my life.
Right.
I've loved Gossip Girl. I love Jane the Virgin. Jane the Virgin, I saw Justin Baldoni on screen and I was like, that's an amazing man. I love him.
Yeah. I mean, what's not to love?
Forget every other man in that show. Justin Baldoni was there. It has been a wild ride.
Dude.
And so, yeah, so we first we have, it was like Blake ruining this movie allegedly. And the smear campaign that happened. And then she was like, actually, no, Justin's the problem. And everybody was like, all right, we'll believe it.
Yeah.
Because, like, we believe women.
Yeah.
And then Justin was like, nope, those texts are edited.
And now everyone's like, what?
Huh? What? I
Everyone
can't
can only
wait.
eat crow so many times.
I am ready for all of it to play out.
I know.
My one hope in all of this, and I don't care if Blake Lively gets canceled. I don't care if Justin Baldoni gets canceled. I hope deep down in my heart of hearts that Colleen Hoover gets canceled in this.
I've seen a lot of people do takes about like their problem was getting mixed up with Colleen Hoover in the first
None
place.
of this would have
so
happened
crazy.
if it wasn't for her writing that stupid book. And I'm sorry if you love Colleen Hoover. I do not. I read one book. It made me physically ill. Like, I'm talking, I almost threw up reading it.
Oh my gosh.
And I think she should be canceled.
It's coming for you.
So
just wait.
I think Blake and Justin should join teams against Colleen.
Oh,
That's what I want. That's going to be on my bingo card
there you
for
go.
2025. Yeah.
Na.
So you have your nominees for Celebrity Beef.
Want to know what everyone thinks?
Yeah, you gotta tell us. There will be a poll. You just really think about it. Go research, and then vote. Whatever you feel. And then a pretty good like next thing. So we're kind of going Celebrity Beef where people are fighting each other, and then we're gonna move into Crashouts. And by Crashouts we're meaning
It's mostly just focused on one person.
yes, one person is having a minty bee.
Yeah.
They're having a tantrum. Something is going
Something's
on.
going on.
So do you want to share your
Sure.
nominee first?
Yeah, my first one is actually a like social media like influencer person, not necessarily a A-list celebrity. But I think his name is Nick, but the guy behind Be Better, the honey dude. Have you seen? So he's the guy that like he'll be like talking about the downfall of I think he recently did one about Blake Lively, but he just does like downfalls of everyone, and he's like, this is my master's degree in this, and this is like, here's my credentials. Okay, so like everyone was like eating him up because he was like really insightful about like, this is why like Kylie Jenner's like brand is like they're like, you know, not quite there, and he would really break down people's like marketing strategies, and everyone was like, oh yeah. And then one day he did a video about the downfall of Kamala Harris's campaign in the middle of everything.
Oh no.
and why, and everyone lost their mind. And so like I think he did one more video like trying to apologize, and everyone was like not having it. And then like he used to post every day, radio silence for like I want to say like 8 months. And so now like I'm like he could have been a plot twist maybe, but he just appeared on whatever the Canadian version of Shark Tank is. I forget what it's called.
Okay.
Lion's Den or something.
Yeah.
And so after that, he came back on social media and was like, it was very meta. He like did a video called The Downfall of Be Better, which is his own company. So and then everyone, because it's been long enough, we're like, this guy is like insightful. But it was just so crazy to see everyone just like, ironically, because like his whole thing's like downfall of this person, and then everyone just like canceled him. It was insane. I could not believe it. So
that is the best. That's like one of my favorite niche genres on YouTube is like creators like judging themselves on their old content. Like there's a lot out there. Like this is kind of a different circle, but like iDubbbz and H3, like they've like content courted and like really gone after themselves in the past. And I'm like, I eat that up. I love that you can acknowledge
self-aware
something was wrong, which in that case I don't know, you know, if he was in the wrong. You know, I don't know,
because now people are like, he's brilliant, he thought about this the whole time. I'm like, I don't know, maybe
she did lose.
It's true.
Unfortunately. But maybe he was on something. Maybe they should have hired him to work on the campaign.
It's crazy. But the irony of all of that was like, he's from Canada. So like,
it didn't even matter. He's not affected.
Exactly. So that's my first nominee.
That's a good one.
Thanks.
My first one is Chappell Roan.
Oh yes, that's a good one.
Crash out on her fans.
Crazy.
Which I feel like it was a nuanced. There was a nuanced conversation.
I actually feel bad for her.
I did. Yeah. There's like I feel kind of like both ways about it, where it's like, so for those that don't know, Chappell Roan had a very huge like instant viral kind of moment where she's been making music for a while, but like
not to that level of
a couple songs really hit it. You know, the HOTTOGO, that song, you've probably seen the dances that took off online. And so then people were like doing their weird parasocial things that they do, where they're like, I know this celebrity. They're my bestie. I'm going to know everything about them. And she just like was kind of thrust into the limelight. And so then she wasn't prepared for any of that, which I don't know how anybody could be.
Right.
So I feel her on that. But then her crash out was basically like, if I have one more person act this way, I'm quitting forever. Like, she was like, I'll never make music again. And I was like, whoa, hit the brakes. Slow down. That's a lot. And so like, I mean, there's been a lot of celebrity crash outs like that where it's like against their own fans. Like the Doja Cat had hers where she was like, I hate all of y'all. And that was wild. But Chappell Roan, I think, has like recovered from it.
I think so too.
But I have seen less people being weird online, so I guess it worked. It got the message
what's
across.
Interesting, the difference between like Doja, because that's a good example, and Chappell Roan is like, Chappell Roan is like the only, I'm sure there are others, and sorry, they're just not coming to mind, but like one of the few that like has a persona that you know that she's like putting on and off.
That's true.
And whereas a lot of other celebrities, and I would say like Doja is probably in this camp too, of like, they do, obviously they have a persona, like no one thinks that this is like their real like personality, but they'll never like unmask in front of you. And so I think that is what is confusing to these like parasocial like fans. So, like they don't know what to do with that.
Because there was one point of her like of contention that she had, which was like that people weren't referring to her as Chappell Roan, they were referring to her as like her actual name. And she was like, no,
I don't know you
don't get to call me that. I'm Chappell Roan to you. And it's like, like she's talked about it before, like her whole thing is like drag. Like she is camp. She's like, it's a character. She has great talent, she like owns that, but like she's a character. She's not a real person in that sense.
I'm curious if we'll have like a moment, because like, I mean, Beyonce was Sasha Fierce like in like the past, and then like, I mean, Beyonce is also a persona, but you know, like she changed from one persona to another, so I'd be curious to see how things play out for Chappell Roan in the future.
If we get Rappel Chone. So that's my first nominee.
Okay, my crash out. I think I can't remember if this has started in 2023 or if it started in 2024, but Lizzo's crash out was wild.
She's had a lot going on.
She's had a lot going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, you know, I feel like she's always been like a little, I mean, she's always been outspoken and like not like one to mince words. And I think for a long time fans really like that about her. Like she's a straight shooter.
She's in the same boat as Selena Gomez.
Yes,
she's
yeah.
messy.
Yeah,
like,
she's messy.
willing to be messy.
Right.
Yeah.
And people love that. They found that very endearing. But then when all these allegations came out about like her company and how she potentially like body shamed people or allegedly body shamed people, was really interesting, and everyone lost their mind and like just really honestly like kind of successfully stopped giving her any attention.
Yeah.
And to the point where she just like went dark for a long time.
Yeah, she still is
somewhat. Like, she only started to come out recently because she went on Keke Palmer's show to like for one time only tell her side of the story, which is really interesting.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, we'll have to watch that. But because I've only seen like clips of it. But that was crazy to me because I feel like, you know, like 5 years ago, everyone was like, love her.
Yeah.
Like she's so for women. Yeah. And like turning all of her songs into like their personal mantras. And it's just crazy how quickly things can change.
Yeah. I followed her on Instagram after the allegations just to like, because I follow people and then I forget I'm following them, but she just kept popping up. She ended up like she moved somewhere or like went on vacation somewhere, like a retreat, and then just never
came
left.
back. Yeah.
Like never came back home. Like I think she's still there.
I think so too.
Because all of her posts
Sometimes
are like jungle looking, like rainforest type of like warmer vibe. Right. And I'm like, where are you? What's going on? I will say, she did eat with her South Park Ozempic costume.
True. That was pretty funny.
But that she had a major crash out and people definitely like successfully kind of pulled out.
We're
and
like, she doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It was wild.
Yeah, that is wild.
So that's my second one. Nice.
My second one, we're going back to the YouTube world.
Okay.
Miranda Sings.
Yes, that was a good one. Oh, I forgot about her.
Yeah. Toxic Gossip Train.
Dude, insane.
Similar thing. She had like awful allegations against her and very well backed up allegations, I will say. Like a lot of proof and evidence, and like her response, instead of like going silent or just like a typed out message or even just being like,
literally anything else,
I'm so sorry I made people feel this way, or whatever, she pulled out her ukulele. Dude. And she sang a little song about how people were gossiping about her and none of it was true.
Oh my gosh.
And then she just like continued to have a downfall after that. Like her videos are not doing as well. She's still trying. There was a moment her ex-husband did a big expose with a YouTuber that I love, Swoop. She slays. She does like docuserie type YouTube videos, but like the ukulele has come up before with them. Like,
he's so crazy.
At one point she sang him a song and played the ukulele about his eyes.
Yeah.
And then, like, I'm pretty sure that song and Toxic Gossip Train were, like, the same strumming pattern or same key or something. And then, like, at one point when he was pretty sure she had been cheating on him, she came back home and he was like, I walked in the bedroom and she was on our bed smoking a cigarette, playing the ukulele. And this man was traumatized. Like, he was like,
so crazy.
The ukulele. But that was a wild crash. Like,
yeah, that one was insane.
We see celebrities apologize a lot or like address things a lot, and she just really
did not read
really
the room right.
went for it and flopped hard.
Yeah,
and I loved every second of it. We got a banger song from that one too.
We did. Yeah, it's true. So many memes came out of that.
Yeah, that's true too.
Gosh.
Yeah.
All right. Na.
All right. We've covered beefs and crash outs. We're gonna take a little more positive.
Yeah.
Positive. So instead of crashing out, we're glowing up.
Yeah.
So we want to talk transformations, glow ups, and this can be physical or like personality or just like, rebrand, that sort of thing. Yeah. So do you want to start this one? All right, let's hear it.
All right. So my first one I have, honestly, like his starting point wasn't even bad, but like his the way he beams and glows, and like just the trajectory of his life right now, I feel like deserves to be on one of my nominations. But Tom Holland,
Oh yeah.
Tom Holland, like always one of like the most refreshing like pieces of Hollywood. He, you know, I think it's 3 years ago, I can't remember now when it started, like he decided to go decided to pursue sobriety.
Yeah.
It was going to be like I think just like sober for dry January, I think, and then it turned into 6-month thing, and then it turned to like I just like don't need this, like this controls me. It's just so cool to see, like you know, fast forward to now, he has his own like non-alcoholic beverage company, which is like actually a celebrity brand that people are excited about and get behind, and not just like
I did not know about
that.
that.
Which is really cool. It's called 𝖼.
Okay.
And it's super cool. It's just really cool to see he's like very grounded, and like people don't need to know like my personal stuff, like for what.
Yeah.
And like, you know, even being mindful of he doesn't always walk the red carpet with Zendaya, so she can have her moment. It's like he doesn't want it to be about them or him. He wants it to be about her. And just recently he said something about how when he has kids, he's gonna be done with Hollywood forever and just like be a dad and enjoy golfing, which I love. I just really love the moment he's having right now, where people are like really finding his perspective on fandom and fame, like really refreshing compared to like the rat race that is celebrity culture. So I've
always loved him. I think and him and Zendaya are just like power couple.
I know.
And that's like, it is refreshing to see a man like step back and not always have to respond to things either. Like when Challengers came out, everybody was like, two men into your girlfriend, and he was like, that's our job, acting weirdos. Like I loved that. That was great. So
that's my first one.
My nominations are a little silly.
I love this.
So my first one is timely because we just saw Wicked.
Yes.
And I am gonna come out now as a certified Ariana hater. She did slay in the movie.
She did.
And she had a huge glow up transformation.
It's kind of crazy. That's a good one.
It is. So we've gotten a lot of Ariana versions over in the past years. We've had Black Iana, as she's lovingly called on the internet. We've had the In Love Ariana with Pete Davidson. We've had all of it. And for Wicked, we've gotten Galinda Ariana, and we're seeing Ariana as a white woman.
I know. It's crazy.
Amazing. Love that. I did see a TikTok of the stand-up comedian being like, the most jarring thing of all of 2024 was seeing her as a white woman, and maybe we should have just left that black woman alone. And that sent me. But, that's wild. But I'm sure it is hard for celebrities to like kind of be in the mindset and character for so long and then come out of it. Yeah. Because like on this press tour, she is giving Galinda. Absolutely. But it has been nice to see her not like it. She is still in this character in a sense, but not trying to be anything that she is not, at least on the race side. Right. You know? Like I love that we're just being ourselves. Yeah. So that's my first glow up. And that is controversial, I will say, because I know a lot of people were like accusing her of like having an eating disorder after this movie, like a lot of like weight fluctuation and stuff.
I just don't think that's nice.
She also came out and was like, hey, stop talking about my body, which I was like, okay, queen. I support. I love that message. Don't talk about people's bodies. But I think she had a transformation that was for the good. Yeah. If I could make a little reference there.
Love that. All right. Okay.
It's turning into like Elmo's World.
I know. You're right. Elmo's World. Maybe that's what inspired me on accident. Okay. My second one is just like, I just love that he's been having this pop culture moment. I probably should have like wrote this phonetically because I'm like not gonna pronounce this correctly, but Steve Nedoroscik, I forget how to say his name. He's the guy who did the pommel horse
guy. Yeah, I love him,
dude. I just love how he was just like, this specialist, I guess, who only did pommel horse for the Olympics. Not to say I say that like it's like a condescending thing. It's not like that's awesome.
Was niched into
He's
that
very
one
niche,
thing.
Yes,
yeah.
And everyone's okay, like it could have been just like any other athlete, but America loved him. Like
We
he just
did.
was so sweet, and all his like interviews that he gave, he was just so genuine and really proud of his girlfriend and really good at Rubik's Cube and like
And then on Dancing with the
yeah,
Stars.
exactly. Then he had his moment on Dancing with the Stars, and I just love that so much for him. Like everyone was like cheering him on and like calling him precious, and I just love that he also was like parading his girlfriend around everywhere,
Oh
which
my
is so
gosh,
cute.
I love
So I just think like that was a very like refreshing like palate cleanser type of moment
Yeah.
amidst all, I mean, even though ironically we're like making a whole thing about like celebrity beef and stuff, but in the midst of all of that, it was so nice to have this like very positive experience.
a light in the dark.
Yes,
Our
exactly.
pommel horse man, Steven.
Exactly.
Oh,
So
man.
that's my second nominee.
That's a good one.
Na, 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 na.
My second one is sorry, I need a moment to gather myself.
Okay, wait.
My second one is the first ever gay pop star, JoJo Siwa.
I love that she's done her glow up nominee.
Okay, here's the thing. It's a glow up in the sense of a rebrand.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
And I will say,
She did rebrand.
as much as I have despised a lot of the things, and I feel like everything I've learned about her has been against my will, it's been thrown upon
like,
me.
I want to know this.
I will say it's been nice to see her not with the ponytail.
That is
receding,
true.
like pulling her hair
Yeah,
back, like that sort of
alopecia.
thing. Yeah, she's giving herself a receding hairline with the ponytail
I
and the
know.
bows, the Bobo Siwa, JoJo Siwa thing. We're past that. We're into karma. She's grown. She's drinking in Disney World.
Dude.
She's
making it known she's drinking at Disney
she's
World.
letting she's singing with everyone in Epcot. She
Which is
made them sing
crazy.
her song with her and did
They
her
didn't
crazy
know
dance.
her song.
And I think that is a glow up in a sense that she escaped the like childhood type of
That's true.
like I could probably tell you without a doubt that parents are not taking their children to see her anymore.
That's true. So it worked.
And that's a rebrand
Yeah,
and it's
that's
a glow
true.
up for her.
Good point. That is
So-
a good point.
She might be wearing Kiss makeup, but she's rebranded and she's slayed.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
That's my nomination.
I love that. Cool. No.
Yeah. All right. Our last one. These are plot twists.
Mm-hmm.
These are the things that were not on our bingo card for 2024. They're the things that like maybe they were scandalous, maybe they were just weird, maybe they just surprised us a lot. Whatever it was, something made us go, "Oh, I didn't know that was going to happen."
Right.
Or I wasn't expecting that. So these are the plot twists.
Yes. Okay. My first one is Shamik Moore, who is the voice of Miles Morales in Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse, and hopefully after this we're still getting Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Oh no.
But
You're gonna put him in a booth
I
on his
know,
own.
for real.
It's like a caged animal.
Like, you're not loud. So he I mean, before the actual like thing that happened like very recently, people noticed how much he would compliment his co-star Haley Steinfeld, who was the voice of Spider-Gwen, and you could kind of just tell from her body language, and I don't even know if she'd really say much, like maybe things that she might say, like actually that probably wasn't like that comfortable with it. She was just tolerating it for this press conference, but not like matching that energy that he was like giving like towards. I kind of honestly like love bombing ish her, just like really praising her a lot, whatever. So that happened a while ago, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's kind of weird," whatever. Then time passed. So recently, Haley Steinfeld posted that she got engaged. Jacob's gonna be so mad at me that I forgot who her fiance is, but he's like some big athlete.
The football player.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. He's when I said the football player, I think I said the last time, and he's like, "Put some respect on his name." I don't remember his name.
None of y'all know.
Yeah,
Who
we don't
cares?
know. We don't know. Anyways, so she put that, she posted that, and then Shamik Moore said I'm probably gonna botch it because it was like, I don't remember the exact quote, but he posted coincidentally like right after that something about how like basically like I shot my shot, it didn't work, but here's to like what's coming ahead. And it was very weird. And everyone's like, dude, calm down. You don't need to like say anything about about Haley when she just got engaged. And then we just thought that was it. You know, you embarrass yourself, whatever. Like everyone will get over it eventually. But then he posted a like a very short like video clip of him, and I can't remember if it's Laura or Lauren Harrier, who played, I forget her name, the like girl that Peter Parker's character was had a crush on in Spider-Man Homecoming. I forget her name though. She it was just like them two like posing at like some event, and then Lara or Lauren, I forget, I'm sorry, she came on TikTok and like had a video, and she's like, I never really talk on these things ever, but I need to set the record straight. That video that this random dude posted was from a year ago. And I just find that really like inappropriate because I'm engaged. And I, you know, don't really know this guy, but I texted him and was like, hey, it's like pretty inappropriate. It's gonna be like insinuating something that's not true.
Yeah, can
you please take it down? And at the time, since then he's taken it down, but at the time he didn't respond to her or anything. He just left it up. And then everyone was like, Shamik, stop, you have to stop this. And then he took it down and then posted a black and white video of him saying like, this has just been taken the wrong way. This is just fan fiction. I could not believe he called it fan fiction. And everyone is like, stop. Like, we keep thinking you're gonna like, you're already like as embarrassed as you possibly could be, and then you do something else, and we're like, please just like admit your wrongdoing and then move on. Like we cannot take this anymore. So that was the event that just kept on like
kept twisting.
Kept twisting. Yeah,
that's crazy.
It's like those barbecue twists.
We're on a loop. Yeah. Please let us go. That's wild.
Yeah.
The fan fiction piece, love that.
That's like the cherry on top.
Also, just someone let this man home wreck. Let him do his thing. That's all he wants.
He's like, please.
He's like, okay, if this engaged girl doesn't want me, this one might. Crazy.
So wild. So anyways, that's my first nominee. Na.
My first one is it's so small and so niche, but it made me laugh for so long. Anytime I think about it, I still giggle. And it's Barbara Streisand commenting on Melissa McCarthy's photo on Instagram.
I don't think I know about this.
Do you know? Okay, let me tell you about it. Okay. Melissa McCarthy posted a photo of her and her mans just like walking. It was like definitely like a pose, but like they're just like casually strolling, whatever. It was whatever. She posts that on Instagram. Barbara Streisand comments something along the lines of, I hope he's well, talking about her husband.
Yeah.
Are you on Ozempic?
That's wild.
It's like,
what?
Aunt Barbara's going crazy. She's officially off the deep end. She's lost it. And you see the comment. It's like, that's insane. Barbara Streisand just asked Melissa McCarthy if she's on Ozempic in the public comments of her post
so
of just her and her husband out. And so I was like, that's wild. That's insane. Like, you could have DM'd her. You're Barbara Streisand.
Right. Yeah.
You're verified. It would have gone straight to her.
Do you think that was like a boomer thing? Like,
I think it was a boomer thing because then Melissa McCarthy responded. Well, first, I think the internet kind of was like, whoa, what's wrong with you? And Barbara Streisand was like, I just wanted to know.
Like, genuinely was
she
curious.
Just looks different, and I just wanted to know. And Melissa McCarthy responded so well and so perfect for her. She was like, I'm not mad about it. She thought I looked good.
That's really funny.
And for me, you guys will have to go look at the picture. Maybe we can insert it. I'll find it. Yeah. And the comment has no punctuation. It's all one. It's just like one line.
Like a stream of
I
conscious.
hope he's well. Are you on Ozempic?
That's amazing.
And it's like so grandma on Facebook coded that I ate it up.
Oh, I love that so much.
Barbara Streisand's just all of our unhinged grandmas on Facebook.
I guess so.
She's just like them for real.
Just like them. The people's princess. The boomer's princess. Okay. My last one is granted, I haven't watched through the entire documentary. I only saw a clip of this, but it's just like the most iconic, like, quoted thing ever. But Martha Stewart, she just like have her whatever her documentary made.
Yes.
That she like produced or whatever. Like, it's her passion project.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, she could have done whatever she wanted with it. So like, it's not like she possibly could have been misquoted.
Let the record show this is all her.
She has like a little bit of it where they're asking her about just like her like early married life. I don't know if you've seen this, but
I don't know if I have.
she talks about how, like, you know, basically like, I don't need no mans because my husband was cheating on me for so long, and like you girls know, like, it's not worth it to like be with a man who's like that. And then the interviewer was like, didn't you cheat on him first? And she was like kind of like, yeah, what of it?
Okay. And
yeah. It's crazy.
Martha Stewart needs to be studied.
I know.
Like, for her, like, all, like, everything she has ever done has been iconic in some regard. Like, let's not forget she went to jail.
I know.
Let's not forget she's posting thirst traps as we speak, probably.
It's crazy.
If you go to her Instagram right now, you could probably see a little too much Martha cleavage.
Like, that's enough, Martha.
She's living her life.
She really is. So that, to me, I felt like, wow.
Okay.
Like, that's the confidence of a diva that everyone needs, I guess.
How? It's wild to me that, like, at least for me, the only thing I know her for is her, like, home and gardens cooking thing. Like,
right.
Is she known for anything else?
I don't think so. I think that's like it. Well, maybe we gotta watch the Martha documentary and we'll find out.
Yeah.
But
like, how?
It is pretty crazy to see like what her brand has become, because yeah, like growing up, it was just like, oh yeah, she's a really great homemaker and she has really good taste in like home decor. And
then she went to jail.
Yeah.
And then she was Snoop Dogg's best friend.
Yeah. It's like all of a sudden she was like, I'm gonna embrace.
She said, I'm a baddie now.
Yeah.
I've been behind bars.
Baddie, yeah. And little do you know, I was always the baddie. I
you guys don't understand me anymore. I've been to jail.
So yeah, Martha Stewart. Na-na-na-na.
That is I haven't seen that. I'm gonna have to go look at that clip. That's crazy. It's crazy. Shout out that interviewer for calling her on it.
Real. I just love that, like, they left that in there. Just
She
like,
could have been like,
they could have cut that whenever they wanted. Yeah.
No, she knew the people would eat it up. That's wild. My last plot twist is the entirety of Gypsy Rose.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Gypsy Rose was known for she was treated terribly as a kid by her mother, and then she took care of business when it came with her mother. I'm trying to say it in a polite way that YouTube won't demonetize us, as if we're monetized, so that YouTube won't red flag us. She took care of business with her mother, and then went to jail for a long time. And I remember like watching all the things as a kid about her going to like jail, because my mom was big into crime.
Yeah.
And not big into crime. She was big into watching true crime. Whoa.
We'll edit that right there.
Anyways, my mom was big into true crime and watching it on TV, not in real life. And so like then it got really close to her like release date, and everybody went crazy online. They were like, we're taking shots for Gypsy, free Gypsy, she's my queen. And so then she's freed.
Right.
She's out. And then it was like one thing after another, after another. And so like it was just a whirlwind. I was like, okay, she's free now. She's gonna like live her life.
Yeah.
She sure did in some way, for everyone to see. She had her mans, she left him, she got with another mans that she used to be with, got pregnant by him, she had her baby.
Yeah.
On the exact date that she took care of business with.
That is
mother.
wild. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Crazy stuff. I just, the whole thing, I've like ate up every bit of it. The TV show she had,
yeah.
I like it was so crazy. Her ex-husband begging for gifts on TikTok Live. What world do we live in?
That's so wild.
What world? It's so wild. I'm so obsessed with watching all of it happen. And I just didn't, like, if you asked me what she was gonna do, I would have been like, oh, she might like release a documentary that's like legit.
Yeah.
Like write her book, release her book, and then like hide away. Mm-hmm. No. She did everything different. Everything was public, and we could all see all of it.
So wild.
But shout out her and her baby.
Yeah. You know what?
Crazy.
Baby's living its life.
Crazy that it timed out that way.
I know.
She wasn't due until like this month. Like January.
That's crazy.
So she had her baby early, and it was on the day.
That's wild. That is actually crazy.
It's so wild.
I wonder what that baby's gonna be like.
Hopefully nothing like its mother.
I know. Hopefully not.
That would be really bad for her.
That would be. Then she'd be on the plot twist for a future.
I'm putting that on my 2035 bingo card.
Yeah, exactly.
Gosh. Well,
Da-da-da-da.
those are your nominations for plot twists. So yeah, we covered our categories.
We did.
We're gonna see what you guys vote. Mm-hmm. I know that we left out lots of things.
Yes,
like
there was a lot.
I just kept watching TikToks. You said you were on TikTok a lot too.
Right.
Like just like trying. I even like typed into ChatGPT like what happened
Tell me.
in 2024. What happened? And it couldn't even tell me everything.
Like,
so you know,
it's like, girl,
that's too much for me right now. So tell us what we forgot that you loved or hated or just were shocked by. We want to know all of it, so that we can just wrap up 2024 with a little bow and say goodbye.
Yeah.
And embrace 2025 for whatever craziness is to come.
Yeah.
I want to hear what's on your 2025 bingo cards.
Yes, please.
What do you think we'll be recapping next year when we do this? Because I'm sure you guys can guess. There's got to be at least a few things we could be like, that's going to happen.
Definitely. Yeah.
So tell us all of that. Make sure that you rate and review the podcast. We love those. And the algorithm loves those.
Please.
And all the things.
Please.
And subscribe and follow us on all of our socials.
Yeah.
And even TikTok if we only have her for a
Last
week
hurrah.
or two longer.
Yeah. We'll still appreciate it.
We'll appreciate your follow, and then we'll ask you to go follow us somewhere else.
It's true. Be forewarned.
We're everywhere.
Yeah. And then your delulu to delulu for today is, bestie, if you're feeling like your life is boring, like you're having like a weird like, okay, the New Year's come and I'm like, what is my life? You know, it's a great way to like appreciate the little things. A good practice you can put into motion is come up with your own like categories to nominate for, and nominate all the friends or frenemies in your life that can be categorized as crashouts or glow ups, either whatever you want. And I think like that would make you feel that main character energy that we all need from time to time, you know?
You're onto something.
Thank you.
Wait, we should have a friend award show every year.
I love that. That's gonna be insane. Can you imagine?
Our friends that want nothing to do with
like,
it. And we're
whoa,
like,
whoa, whoa.
You won! You psychopath!
You did it. This is your year.
If you want more spice, you're thinking that's still not enough for you. Tell your friends.
There you go.
What they were nominated for.
And then I promise you, your life will not be boring anymore. Like that, I can guarantee you. Anyways, I'm Asia the Girl.
And I'm Faith Okay.
See you next time, besties.
Bye.
Bye.
We're gonna be the reason that so many people
I
lose
know.
friends.
I know. It's our fault. I'm sorry.
This podcaster told me to.
It's true. It's true.
That was fun. I loved.